here on CHSAA.tv. Good afternoon and welcome into the Veterans Memorial Aquatic Center here in Thornton, Colorado. This is coverage of the 4A state swimming preliminaries here on CHSAA.tv. I am Ryan Kaufman, and today we'll have 11 swimming events. Ladies in those events hoping to be invited back tomorrow for the state swimming finals, which will be tomorrow night. So this is only a swimming competition here this afternoon. Diving will take place tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We'll have a complete coverage of all the weekend's events here on CHSAA.tv. Our first event of the evening will be the 200-yard medley relay. We will have 4 heats. In pretty much every event, we'll have 4 heats. Lanes 2 through 9 will be taken up. So we'll have pretty full crowds in the pool here. Again, 4 heats in the 200-yard medley relay. Thompson Valley won this event last year, but lost a couple of seniors off of their team. They'll be racing in the third of 3 preliminaries heats in this 200-yard medley relay. Our first prelim will have Windsor in lane 2, Pueblo West in lane 3, Colorado Academy will be in lane 4, Mullen in lane 5, Longmont in lane 6, Valor Christian in lane 7, Eaton in lane 8, and Fountain Valley in lane number 9. The fastest qualifier out of this group is Longmont it's Mullen in lane number 5 with a time of 2 minutes, 3.91 seconds. They were the fastest team in the regular season qualifying of this heat. The fastest team in the state, if you will, is Broomfield with a time of 1 minute 49.27 seconds, and they will be in lane 5 in our 4th heat.
Swimming in lane 2, the team from Windsor. In lane 3.
As the teams are being announced, want to let you know that you can also see complete coverage of the 5A state swimming preliminaries, which are happening a little bit north of us in Loveland, Colorado. And they will have complete coverage of the festivities up in Loveland throughout the weekend as well, today and tomorrow. So that will be also here on CHSAA.tv. So again, as the teams get ready, Windsor will be in lane number 2. Pueblo West in lane 3. Colorado Academy is in lane number 4. Lane 5 will have Mullen in it. Lane 6 is Longmont. Lane 7, Valor Christian. Lane 8 will be the Eaton Reds, and in lane number 9 will be the Fountain Valley Danes on the far side of your screen. And we are underway here in the 2012 4A state swimming preliminaries. Again, this is the first heat of the women's 200-yard medley relay. Out to the early lead in lane number 3 is Pueblo West, the Cyclones, with just a slimmest of leads. Also looking in lane number 7, Valor Christian right there, but it's still Pueblo West headed into the second leg of this relay that will send their swimmers into the pool first. Second into the pool in lane 4 was Colorado Academy. And now Colorado Academy making up a lot of ground in this second leg of the relay. They've actually drawn to a tie here with Pueblo West. So we're looking very closely at lane 3 and lane 4 as they have about a half a body length lead over the rest. So we'll see which team is the first into the pool. It looks like Colorado Academy is going to send their third swimmer into the pool. And also a strong push made by Windsor there at the end of the second leg. And they've actually passed Pueblo West. So your running order right now will be Colorado Academy followed by Windsor and Pueblo West. Also getting into the top 3 there in lane number 7, excuse me, is Valor Christian headed into the anchor. And Valor Christian has made up a lot of ground and simultaneously is into the pool along with the anchor from the Colorado Academy team. So you can see there in lane 4 and 7 that it's Colorado Academy and Valor Christian that will be dueling it out. Coming off of the wall, Valor Christian has been able to get a little bit of the lead, and actually in lane 8, Eaton has passed Colorado Academy, and coming down it looks like it will be Valor Christian followed by Eaton, and then Colorado Academy finishing 1, 2, and 3. Again, we'll have we'll have updates as soon as our runner brings up the official results. But right now it looks like lane number 7, Valor Christian finishes first. Finishing second is Eaton in lane number 8. And finishing third in lane 4 is Colorado Academy. So now we move on to heat number 2 in the women's 200-yard medley relay. In lane number 2 will be Moffitt. Lane 3 is Skyline. Lane 4, D'Evelyn. Lane 5, Air Academy, the fastest team in this heat. Pueblo South is in lane 6. Lane 7 has Silver Creek. Lane 8 is Glenwood Springs. And lane 9 is Coronado. Got a few Moffett County fans up near our broadcast position here. They will be in lane number 2. Again, this is the second of 4 heats in the 200-yard medley relay to begin our coverage here on CHSAA.tv. And here we go in our second of 4 heats in the 200-yard medley relay. Again, quickly, the lanes. Lane 2 will have Moffett County. Lane 3 is Skyline. Lane 4, D'Evelyn. Lane 5, Air Academy. Lane 6, Pueblo South. Lane 7, Silver Creek. Lane 8, Glenwood Springs. And lane number 9 has Coronado in it. And out to the early lead in lane number 6 is Pueblo South. And they are simultaneously into the pool with the team from D'Evelyn in lane number 4. So right now it's Pueblo South and D'Evelyn out to the early lead in the second leg of this relay. And now as they come to the wall, Pueblo South has gone a little bit more of the lead. And also in lane number 5, Air Academy has pulling ahead of D'Evelyn. So your running order right now, Pueblo South, Air Academy, and D'Evelyn, your top 3 teams at the moment. And Pueblo South keeps adding to their lead here. It's clearly 1, 2, and 3, as it would be Pueblo South in lane number 6, lane 5 with Air Academy in second, and lane number 4, D'Evelyn, is in third place currently. And Pueblo South sends their final swimmer into the pool, followed by Air Academy and D'Evelyn, and it doesn't appear like anyone is going to be able to catch any of those 3 teams. Now it's just a matter of whether Air Academy can get to Pueblo South. They are making some ground here on the anchor. You can see right there in the middle of the pool, Pueblo South with a slight lead over Air Academy, but the cadet swimmer coming on strong here at the end, and right at the end they're going to say that Pueblo South narrowly beats out Air Academy, and then D'Evelyn was in third. A great effort there by Air Academy getting back into the race very late, but they couldn't quite make up enough distance. So the Colts of Pueblo South win this heat, followed by Air Academy and D'Evelyn. So now we move to our third of 4 heats. Another Pueblo team will be in this heat. It will be Pueblo County in lane number 2. Lane number 2 is Pueblo County. Lane 3 is Greeley Central. Lane number 4 from the western slope is Durango. Thompson Valley, who I mentioned, won this event last year, lost a couple of seniors from that team, but have 2 remaining from that state championship team. They are in lane 5. Lane 6 has Evergreen, lane 7 La Junta, lane 8 Wheat Ridge, and lane number 9 will have Niwot.
This is heat 3, 200 medley relay. Quiet for the start, please.
Again, Thompson Valley, the defending state champions in this event, they will be in lane 5 here in our third of 4 heats in the 200-yard medley relay. And here beginning our third heat, all eyes will be on lane number 5. Thompson Valley, your defending state champions, is in lane number 5, and they are slightly behind lane 6's Evergreen. So Evergreen with the lead over Thompson Valley. In third place right now in lane number 2 is Pueblo County. And that's how the teams will go into the pool for the second leg of the race. And in lane number 6, Evergreen continues to lead, followed by Thompson Valley. And now there's quite a contention of third place at the moment. Lane 2, Pueblo County had it, but now lane number 4, Durango, has caught up. And even out in lane number 7, La Junta has come on strong. So while first and second are solidly in those places, third place really up for grabs. There's only about 1, maybe 2 swimmers that aren't right there for third place. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to end up getting third in this heat. And again, as we head into the anchor leg for most of these teams, it's all about your time, not necessarily how you finish in your heat. So a team like Evergreen that's winning right now may not even get into the finals if they do not post a good enough time. So coming down to the end here, Evergreen slightly ahead of Thompson Valley, and it will be Evergreen 1, Thompson Valley 2. Coming up, we have a neck-and-neck race here. And coming out on top just by a slim margin, I believe, was Durango. It was. So Evergreen finishes first, a mild upset over Thompson Valley. In lane number 5 finished second, and Durango was third in lane number 4. So now we head to our fourth and final heat of the 200-yard medley relay. Lane number 2 will have the Kent Denver Sun Devils. Estes Park will be in lane 3. Montrose will be in lane 4. Lane 5 has Broomfield, which has the best state qualifying team of the season at 1 minute 49.27 seconds. Cheyenne Mountain out of Colorado Springs will be in lane 6. Discovery Canyon in lane 7. Denver South is in lane 8. And in lane 9, far side of the screen, will be Gunnison.
Once again, quiet for the start, please. Quiet, please. This is heat 4, 200 medley relay. This is a final call for all competitors.
This is our final heat of the 200-yard medley relay prelims. Out to the early lead here, it appears, will be, well, almost right next to each other in lane 5. Obviously, Broomfield, the fastest team from the regular season, and right next to them in lane 6 is Cheyenne Mountain. Those are your two leaders early. Also holding strong in the third position in lanes 3 and 4 are Estes Park and Montrose. Again, Broomfield with just a nose, maybe the head and shoulder length ahead of Cheyenne Mountain in lane number 6, and that's how they'll go. The third into the pool also in lane number 4 is Montrose. So that's your order right now. Broomfield, Cheyenne Mountain, and Montrose fit right now 1, 2, and 3. Getting ready for the anchor leg of this relay. Broomfield still hanging on. Cheyenne Mountain right there. And then Montrose also into the pool here. So we'll see if Cheyenne Mountain can overtake Broomfield, who had the fastest qualifying time. Again, the only team in Class 4A that finished below a 1 minute and 50-second relay. And here coming down towards the end, it looks like Broomfield will hang on, followed by Cheyenne Mountain, and then finishing in third place was Montrose. So again, as we look at the scoreboard, Broomfield joins Evergreen, Pueblo South, and Valor Christian as winners of these heats. In lane 2, Cheyenne Mountain finishes second, and Montrose in lane number 4 finishes third. So now we move on to our second event of the day, the 200-yard freestyle. This will be an individual event. There will also be 4 heats. And the fastest swimmer throughout the regular season was Erin Eddy, a freshman from Thompson Valley. She has the fastest state qualifying time at 1 minute 54.68 seconds. She will be swimming in our 4th heat. And we'll give you the field for our first heat in the 200-yard freestyle. In our first heat, lane 2 will be Jennifer Campbell, a sophomore from Cheyenne Mountain. Emma Degnan, a sophomore from Thompson Valley, will be in lane 3. Lane 4 is Holly Fortick, a senior from Evergreen. Ashley Roper is in lane 5, a junior. Heather Black is in lane 6. Ellie Brewer from Cheyenne Mountain is in lane 7. Gray Rhoda from Broomfield's in lane 8. And Hannah Brocky from Air Academy is in lane number 9. So again, Campbell from Cheyenne Mountain in lane 2. Degnan from Thompson Valley, lane 3. Fordick from Evergreen in lane 4. Roper from Glenwood Springs in lane 5. Black from St. Mary's in lane 6. Ellie Brewer from Cheyenne Mountain, lane 7. Rhoda from Broomfield in lane 8. And Brocky from Air Academy in lane number 9. So there are 2 Cheyenne Mountain swimmers in this first and 2 freshmen also swimming in this first heat. Your defending state champion, by the way, is Lexi Malas-Druitt from Evergreen. She won this event last year as a sophomore with a finals time of 1 minute and 52.78 seconds. But she is not the fastest qualifier, only by a slim margin. She swam a 1 minute 55.04 seconds. Erin Eddy, who I mentioned, the fastest state qualifier, had a season fast time of 1 minute 54.68. So less than a second difference between the 2 fastest swimmers in the state. Reminder that CHSAA.tv is your home for all of the 2012 Winter State High School Championships. Of course, we have swimming this weekend. You can also watch the complete coverage of the 5A championships here on CHSAA.tv. And then coming up in the coming weeks will be wrestling, hockey, and basketball. So make sure you check out CHSAA.tv, your source for all of the 2012 Winter Championships. Again, recapping the finish from the first event. Again, we'll get official times and results here momentarily. But in our first heat of the 200-yard medley relay, you had Valor, Eaton, and Colorado Academy finishing 1, 2, and 3. Heat number 2 in the 200-yard medley relay finished like this: Pueblo South 1, Air Academy 2, D'Evelyn 3. In heat 3 of the 200-yard medley relay, you had Evergreen in lane 6 winning the heat. Thompson Valley was second, and Durango was third. And then finally, in heat number 4, Broomfield was the fastest state qualifier, and they won their heat, followed by Cheyenne Mountain and Montrose. So that's the way the first event of the day. Again, we'll have 11. We'll have the diving preliminaries tomorrow, and then at 2 o'clock Mountain Time here on CHSAA.tv, we'll have the finals of both the swimming and diving events. And appears that we're having a little bit of a delay as the officials table is trying to get one of the officials over to discuss something. As many of you fans know from your home swim meets that you have experienced this year, not a lot of lag time, so a little bit of surprise, but we are back underway again. Lane 2, going from the bottom to the top of the screen. You have Jennifer Campbell from Cheyenne Mountain, Emma Degnan in lane 3 from Thompson Valley, Holly Fordick from Evergreen is in lane 4, Ashley Roper from Glenwood Springs is in lane 5, Heather Black of St. Mary's is in lane 6, Ellie Brewer of Cheyenne Mountain is in lane 7, Gray Rhoda from Broomfield's in lane number 8, and Hannah Brocky from Air Academy is in lane number 9. And here we go in our first heat of the 200-yard freestyle, first of 4 heats. Your early leader appears in lane 5 to be Ashley Roper from Glenwood Springs. But she has 2 close competitors, one right next to her in lane number 4 with Holly Fordick, but the other swimmer that is right there for first place in lane number 8 is Gray Rhoda, a freshman from Broomfield, one of 2 freshmen making their state swimming debuts here today. And it's those three swimmers that are going to decide this here at the end as they take their final turn. One more lap down and back in this first heat of the 200-yard freestyle. Now on this last part, we've had lane 4, Holly Fordick, taking the lead. So it's Fordick followed closely by Roper. You have Fordick in lane 4. Lane 5 is Roper. Fordick still holding on to a little bit of a lead. Roper's closing in late. And then in third place right now, battling for that in lane 2 is Jennifer Campbell. And in lane number 7 is Ellie Brewer. And now look in lane number 7, Brewer closing in here. And here at the end, it will be Roper 1, followed by Fordick, and then Brewer as we look at the scoreboard in the official. And that is what it is. Roper followed by Fordick. And then in lane 7, Ellie Brewer. So the freshman from Cheyenne Mountain finishes third in our first heat of the 200-yard freestyle. So now we move to heat number 2. Your field for that will be Lily Thorson in lane number 2 from Glenwood Springs. Sarah Rome, a senior from Windsor, will be in lane 3. Cameron Holland in lane 4 is a freshman from Evergreen. Emily Bauer, a sophomore from Cheyenne Mountain, in lane 5. Lane number 6 has Leah Roberson, a freshman from La Junta, in it. Abby Young, a junior from Broomfields, in lane 7. Jennifer Belts, a sophomore from Mullen, is in lane 8. And Brittany Whittam, a senior from Mountain View, is in lane 9. Again, they will swim down and back 4 times here in our second of 4 heats in the 200-yard freestyle. Looks like with a slight lead to begin the race here in lane number 8 is Jennifer Bells from Mullen. But again, very early on, and there are plenty of other top swimmers, including in lane number 5. That is Emily Bauer, who has overtaken Bells for the lead here. Coming up on the halfway point of our second of 4 heats in the 200-yard freestyle. And now Bells, coming back the other way, has been able to make up that ground. So it's Jennifer Bells in lane 8 from Mullen, and in lane 5, Emily Bauer from Cheyenne Mountain. Interesting to note, both sophomores. So Bells has maintained her lead in lane number 8. In lane number 5, Bauer closing in here at the wall and has actually got a little bit of a lead here headed into the final lap up and down the pool. In third place right now in lane number 4 is Cameron Holland, a freshman from Evergreen. So your top 3 swimmers, if this holds, will all be underclassmen. So we're coming down to the end here. It will be Emily Bauer of Cheyenne Mountain finishing first. Yeah, Jennifer Bells of Mullen in lane number 8 finishing second. And finishing third in lane number 4 is Cameron Holland. Again, 2 sophomores and a freshman, the top 3 swimmers in this second of 4 heats in the 200-yard freestyle. So now we look forward to heat number 3 in lane number 9, going top to bottom from your screen. Katie Walker from Valor Christian, a freshman in lane number 9. Lane 8 will have Kelsey Andrew, a senior from Valley. And number 7, lane number 7, Kelsey Odinger from Discovery Canyon. Allie Poff from Thompson Valley in lane number 6. Your defending state champion, Lexi Malaj-Druitt from Evergreen in lane number 5. Katya Ambrecht from Durango in lane 4. Lane 3 is Anissa Mata from Broomfield, and Emily Hand of Discovery Canyon is in lane 2. Again, the defending state champion is in lane number 5, so it's kind of a interesting storyline here as the other swimmers in this heat kind of get to gauge themselves with the defending state champion. So Lexi will have a target on her back here, and so far it's been so good as she's flying here to begin the race, and right behind her are the 2 swimmers on either side of her. In lane number 4 is Katya Ambrecht from Durango, and lane 6 is Allie Poff from Thompson Valley. Now, Malaj-Druitt has a solid lead here, so it looks like the defending state champion will, unless she falls off here towards the end, will easily win this heat. Holding steady at second place in lane 6 is Allie Foth from Thompson Valley. So here we go into our last lap down and back, and it's solidly Malaj-Druitt in lane 5 and Foth in lane number 6. They're kind of pulling away from everybody. In third place right now in lane number 7 is Kelsey Odinger from Discovery Canyon. But again, it is the largest gap that we've seen in any of our heats so far. Malaj-Druitt will win it easily in heat number 3. Then she'll be followed by Allie Foth in lane number 6, and lane number 7 will be Odinger. So lanes 5, 6, and 7 finish 1, 2, and 3 in our third of 4 heats here in the 200-yard freestyle. So now we go to our final heat, which will have the fastest swimmer in the state of Colorado so far this season, Erin Eddy of Thompson Valley. The rest of the field in lane 9 will be Alexine Little, a senior from Mullen. Lane 8 will have Nicole May from Arvada. Molly Loneman from D'Evelyn is in lane 7. Nicole Havlicek from Thompson Valley is in lane 6. You talked about Eddie. She is in lane number 5. Elena Gossett from Broomfield is in lane 4. Casey Richards is from Mountain View is in lane 3. Amanda Winslow in lane 2 from Montrose. So as we get ready for our 4th heat of the 200-yard freestyle, here's your official results from the 200-yard medley relay. Broomfield has the fastest time of 1:49.88, just a hair shy of their seed time. Evergreen finishes 2nd, Cheyenne Mountain 3rd, Thompson Valley 4th, Montrose 5th, Pueblo South 6th, Air Academy 7th, and Discovery Canyon 8th. Those will be your 8 finalists in the 200-yard medley relay. Again, we'll recap those again here in just a moment. Again, your 200-yard medley relay results: Broomfield, Evergreen, Cheyenne Mountain, Thompson Valley, Montrose, Pueblo South, Air Academy, and Discovery Canyon. will be your 8 finals qualifiers. As we turn our focus back to our 4th and final heat in the 200-yard freestyle. Right now, with not quite the lead that Malice Druids had in the 3rd heat, but Aaron Eddy, who posted the fastest seed time of any of the swimmers in this field, has the lead. Next to her in lane number 6 is Nicole Havlicek, and in lane 7 is Molly Loneman from Thompson Valley and D'Evelyn respectively. So you have 2 Thompson Valley swimmers, 1 and 2. D'Evelyn right now in 3rd. Making a play, they'll push for 3rd here in both lane 3 and 4. You have Casey Richards from Mountain View in lane 3 and Elena Gossett from Broomfield in lane number 4 pushing hard for 3rd. But right now our running order still holding strong here. And Eddy with the lead. Eddy and Havlicek, the 2 Thompson Valley swimmers, are starting to pull away from the rest of the pack. Now just be which Thompson Valley swimmer will be first. Coming down to the end here, it will be Eddy first, followed by Havlicek. And now with a late push at the end in lane 3 will be Casey Richards, finishing in 3rd place. So Eddy, Havlicek, and Richards, lanes 5, 6, and 7, 5, 6, and 3 rather, finish 1, 2, and 3. As we now move on to the women's 200-yard individual medley. This will be a smaller We have just 4 lanes taken up in this first heat. In lane 4 will be Lauren Schreiner from Eaton. Lane 5, Brooke Gaber from Montrose. Lane 6 has Emma Ryans from Estes Park. And Ashley Dickerson of Air Academy is in lane number 7. And here we go in the 200-yard IM, our 3rd of 11 events here this evening inside the Veterans Memorial Aquatic Center here in Thornton, Colorado. Glad you're with us here on CHSAA.tv. Ryan Kaufman bringing you the play-by-play, or stroke-by-stroke, if you will, here in our first day of competition. And here in the 200-yard IM right now with the lead in lane number 5 is Brooke Gaber from Montrose. And she was the fastest swimmer. She had the best seed time of any of these 4 swimmers. So that's holding true right now. In 2nd place in lane number 7 is Ashley Dickerson. Excuse me, it'd be Emma Ryans right now is in 1st place. Lane number 6, Ashley Dickerson in lane 7. And in 3rd place right now in lane number 5 is Gaber. So in lane number 6, Ryans continues to hang on to her lead, the sophomore from Estes Park. And now Dickerson has lost a little bit of steam in lane 7, so now Brooke Gaber has taken 2nd place and has actually made up a lot of ground and caught Ryans in lane 6. So right now, Ryans in lane 6, Gaber in lane number 5. And now it's Gaber taking the lead. Now we go into our final down and back here. Gaber hanging tough the whole way, and now she has a full body length and then some lead over Emma Ryans in lane number 6. In lane 7, Ashley Dickerson is in 3rd, and Lauren Schreiner is in lane 4. She is in 4th place. Now 1, 2, 3, and 4 look pretty solid here as we come down to the last few yards. It will be Brooke Gaber with a solid performance all throughout as she gets the win, followed by Rhines from Estes Park and Dickerson from Air Academy. Lauren Schreiner of Eaton finishes fourth. So Gaber started out with the lead, lost it to Rhines fairly early, and then was able to climb back and get a victory in that heat. So now we move to our second preliminary of 4 here in the 200-yard IM. Morgan McKean in lane 5 from Silver City. In lane number 8 is Kendall Bundy. Lane number 7 is Anna McDonald from Evergreen. In lane number 6 is Morgan Weiss from Cheyenne Mountain. Lindsay Morrow from Evergreen is in lane number 5. Lane number 4 is Josie Pearson, also of Evergreen. Hannah Chapman from Durango's in lane 3, and Katie Creech from Air Academy is in lane number 2.
This is heat 2, 200 individual medley.
Out to the early lead in lane 6, it appears right now Morgan Weiss has the early lead. But now in lane number 7, Anna McDonald has now made a strong push.
Qualifying 7th from Evergreen, Cameron Holland. Qualifying 6th from Mullen, Jennifer Belts. Qualifying 5th.
Right now your top 2 swimmers in lanes 4 and 5 are the 2 Evergreen swimmers, Josie Pearson and Lindsay Morrow.
Qualifying 2nd from Thompson Valley, Erin Eddy. And with the fastest preliminary qualifying time from Evergreen, Lexi Maladrowitz.
Right now your leader in lane number 5 is Lindsay Morrow, a freshman from Evergreen. Josie Pearson, her fellow freshman teammate, also of Evergreen, is in second place right now. And in third place, we have a close race in lanes 6 and 7. In lane 6 is Morgan Weiss. In lane 7 is Anna McDonald, another freshman. Man, the Evergreen team got some fantastic freshmen here. As now all 3 Evergreen freshman swimmers are 1, 2, and 3. But right now in lane number 5, it is Lindsay Morrow who is setting the pace for the rest of the field. Coming up here to the last few yards, it will be Morrow finishing first, and followed by 2 more Evergreen freshmen. In lane number 4, Josie Pearson. In lane 7, Anna McDonald. A nice showing from Evergreen in our second heat of the 200-yard IM. Now before we get to the third heat of our women's 200-yard IM, I want to give you the 8 finals qualifiers from the 200-yard freestyle. Yeah, the defending state champion, Lexi Maladrowitz, that finished it with the fastest qualifying time. Erin Eddy was second. Nicole Havlicek from Thompson Valley is third. So Eddy and Havlicek, both from Thompson Valley, finished second and third. Emily Bauer from Cheyenne Mountain was fourth. And fifth was Allie Falth from Thompson Valley. Sixth was Jennifer Bells from Mullen. Seventh, Cameron Holland from Evergreen. And eighth was Casey Richards from Mountain View High School. So Thompson Valley well represented in the 200-yard freestyle finals, which will be coming up tomorrow. They get finishers second, third, and fifth in that event. So now back to the third heat of the women's 200-yard IM. In lane number 9 will be Kellen Olson from Pueblo County. Katie Olson from D'Evelyn will be in lane 8. I don't know if that's any relation. Kristen Walker from Air Academy in lane number 7. Jolene Norton from Pueblo County in lane 6. Allie Jacobs from Coronado in lane 5. Aiden Lovas from Cheyenne Mountain in lane 4. Logan Morris from Montrose in lane 3. And Zoe Gossett from Broomfield in lane number 2. So here we go in our third heat of the women's 200-yard IM. Again, your field going top to bottom in your screen. Olson from Pueblo County in lane number 9. Fellow Olson from D'Evelyn in lane 8. Walker from Air Academy is in lane 7. Norton from Pueblo County in lane 6. Jacobs from Coronado in lane 5. Lovas from Cheyenne Mountain, a freshman, is in lane 4. Morris from Montrose in lane 3. And Gossett from Broomfield is in lane number 2. Your fastest seed time of these swimmers was posted by Allie Jacobs, a junior from Coronado. She is in lane number 5 and has the lead right now in this third heat of the 200-yard individual medley. Holding steady in second place right now in lane 6 is Jolene Norton, a freshman from Pueblo County. There have been a lot of freshmen and underclassmen as a whole doing very well in our preliminary rounds here. A little surprising. You usually expect teams and athletes that are a little bit more seasoned to be headlining the top finishers, but not so today. Freshmen and sophomores very well represented among the finals qualifiers so far. Now we have a tight race developing in lanes 5 and 6. Right now, who is leading most of the way was Allie Jacobs from Coronado. But in lane number 6, Jolene Norton has made a real push from Pueblo County. Holding in number 3 spot is Logan Morris in lane 4 is Alden Lovas from Cheyenne Mountain. Those are right now your top 3 swimmers. And coming down to the end here, it will be Jacobs with another late push, just holds off Norton. And then it will be Lovas from Cheyenne Mountain finishing 3rd in lane number 4. So good push there late by Jacobs as Norton had caught her after Jacobs pulled out to an early lead. But Allie Jacobs, the junior from Coronado, the fastest swimmer in this heat in terms of seed time, also is the fastest in this heat. And now our 4th and final prelim of the 200-yard individual medley. In lane number 9 will be Kendall Crawford, a freshman from Kent Denver. Lane 8 will have Alyssa Aragon from Montrose in lane 8. Lane 7 will have Catherine Rhodes from Cheyenne Mountain. Lane 6 is Jessie Modlick from Thompson Valley. Lane 5 is your fastest seed time swimmer with Catalina Laufasa Duncan, one of the better names we've had so far today. In lane 5, Mattia Webicki in lane 4. She is from Thompson Valley. Kylie Rembert is in lane 3, and Hannah Grumley from Glenwood Springs is in lane 2. So getting ready for our final heat in the 200-yard individual medley. All eyes will be on lane number 5, Catalina Lofasa Duncan, a senior from Broomfield. Had the fastest seed time of any of the swimmers in the 200-yard IM field. At a time of 2 minutes and 10.55 seconds. Next closest swimmer to it in terms of seed time, 2:13 by Jesse Modlick, a junior from Thompson Valley.
With the clerk, of course. Here are the competitors in Heat 4. Swimming in lane 9 from Kent Denver, Kendall Crawford.
And after a little bit of delay, they'll reintroduce, so we might as well also. Again, at top to bottom of your screen, Crawford of Kent Denver in lane number 9, Aragon of Montrose in lane 8, Roach of Cheyenne Mountain in lane 7, Modlick from Thompson Valley in lane 6, Lofasa Duncan in lane 5 from Broomfield, lane 4, Wabuckee from Thompson Valley, Rembert from Silver Creek in lane 3, and in lane 2 is Glenwood Springs' own Hannah Grumley.
Heat 4, 200 individual medley.
Here we go in the 4th preliminary heat in the 200-yard IM. Up next will be the 50-yard freestyle. Seems like there are 3 swimmers right now who are now 4 that could be qualified as having the lead. But that will change here as they hit the wall again. Coming into the wall there just moments ago, there were 4 swimmers that were neck and neck. But in lane 6, it was Jesse Modlick that was able to get out to the lead, which she is enjoying right now. In second place, right next to her in lane number 5, is Laufasa Duncan. And in third place in lane 4 is Mattia Wabuckee from Thompson Valley, another underclassman, another Thompson Valley swimmer. Now quite a race brewing here between the swimmers in lane 5 and 6. Lane 5, Lofasa Duncan. In lane 6 is Jesse Modlich. Duncan hanging on just by a little bit. Modlich right there, and it will be Duncan headed into the final part of this race. There's a good battle for third place also going on between lanes 4 and 7. In lane 4 is Wabuckee from Thompson Valley. In lane 7 is Rhodes from Cheyenne Mountain. But we focus to our top 2 swimmers. Duncan in lane 5, Modlick in lane number 6. Here they come down to the end. Will it be Duncan or Modlich? And just by the slimmest of margins, it will be Catalina Lofasa Duncan, the senior from Broomfield, just edging out Jesse Modlick from Thompson Valley. Finishing in third place in lane 4 was Mattea Wabuckee. So now we go into the 50-yard freestyle. We'll have 5 heats in this, and these is not to be biased, but this is one of my favorite events. It is so fast-paced. The 50-yard freestyle, just down and back. In the blink of an eye, they're done. So here we go, our first heat in the 50-yard freestyle. In lane number 7, Annie Fox of Golden. Katrina Kronig from Durango in lane 6. Sammy Scharer from Salida in lane 5. Brianna Huack from Skyline in lane 4, and Lauren Proctor of La Junta is in lane 3.
For the start, please. This is heat 1, 50 freestyle.
So here we go, our first heat. This is the smaller of the 5 heats. The rest will have 8 lanes, but this one only takes up 5. So here we go in lane number 6. Kronig with the lead coming down to the end here, and it looks like it will be Kronig. And we'll see the official results. Spots 2 through 5 were really tight, but it will be Katrina Kronig finishing first. In second, in lane number 3 is Lauren Proctor, and in third is Brianna Whack from Skyline. So here in heat number 2 of 5, in lane number 5, Sarah Stafford of Coronado. Lane number 8 will have Kylie Pillard from Niwot. Bailey Wilson of Eaton will be in lane number 7. Stephanie Gutierrez of Discovery Canyon is in lane 6. Christina Kenigsberg from Greeley Central in lane 5. Elise Cranny of Niwot in lane 4. Sarah Oldach from Discovery Canyon lane 3. Christina Quick of Thompson Valley in lane number 2. So into the pool they go with our second of 5 preliminary heats in the 50-yard freestyle. Again, just down and back. That's all these swimmers do. One of the more exciting events we'll have here this weekend. And it looks like in lane number 8, Kylie Pillard from Niwot is going to coming down, and it will be Pillard as your winner. And the rest of the numbers on the scoreboard light up almost immediately. But it is Kylie Pillard who finishes first. In second is Kenigsberg from Greeley Central. And in lane number 3, finishing third, was Sarah Oldach from Discovery Canyon. So now we go with our third of 5 heats in the 50-yard freestyle. Lane number 9, going from top to bottom on your screen. Hannah Hebard of Golden in lane 9. Erin Leonard of Moffat County in lane 8. Sarah Nineaber from Thompson Valley in lane 7. Sydney Buckley of Cheyenne Mountain in lane 6. Mary Size of Pueblo South is in lane 5. Lane 4 has Christina Herfer from Montrose. Lane 3, Lexi Dela Cruz of Cheyenne Mountain. And Kylie Kimball of Cheyenne Mountain in lane number 2. With the early lead going into the first touch of the wall in lane number 5 is Mary Size, a junior from Pueblo South. And it's Size looking to hang on here, getting a late push from lane 4, which is Herfer, but I believe it will be Size. It will be Mary Size winning it for Pueblo South. In lane 2 is Christine Herford of Montrose, and lane 3, or placing third in lane 6 is Sydney Buckley. Here's the 8 qualifiers for the women's 200-yard IM. We have a break coming up after these heats are over, so we'll recap the qualifiers so far, but running real quickly through the 200-yard IM. Yeah, Morrow from Evergreen was first, Jacobs from Coronado second, Norton from Pueblo County third, Pearson of Evergreen in fourth, Walfasa Duncan from Broomfield 5, Modlick from Thompson Valley 6, McDonald of Evergreen 7, and Lovas from Cheyenne Mountain finished 8th. So here we go in heat 4 of 5 in the 50-yard freestyle. In lane number 5 is Laura Stadler from Mullen. Lane number 8 is Alyssa Idem from Thompson Valley. Lane 7, Olivia Gotch from Cheyenne Mountain. Marina Fonseca from Thompson Valley is lane 6. Lane 5 has Heather Shaver of Broomfield. Lane 4 is Marjorie Driscoll of Niwot. Amy Brody of Moffett County is in lane 3. And from Fountain Valley is Alana Erickson in lane number 2.
This is heat 4, 50 freestyle.
And it appears early on you have Alana Erickson, who has the early lead here in lane number 2. This is going to be a tightly contested one, as now in lane 5. Your leader is Heather Shaver of Broomfield, and coming down to the end, it will be Shaver, followed by Erickson. And in third place in lane 6 was Marina Fonseca. So Alana Erickson of Fountain Valley jumped out to the early lead, but it was Heather Shaver closing in at the end and taking away the win in this heat. So now we go our 5th and final heat in the 50-yard freestyle. In lane number 9, going top to bottom on your screen, Inez Moore of D'Evelyn. In lane 8 is Mary Whitney of Wheat Ridge. Lane 7 from Broomfield is Kendall Wingfield. Andrea Rice of Air Academy is in lane 6. Catherine Houston of Estes Park in lane 5. Colleen Olson of D'Evelyn in lane 4. Zoe Jordan of Niwot in lane 3. And Bailey Smith of Evergreen is in lane 2. And here we go in our final preliminary heat in the 50-yard freestyle. In lane 5, touching the wall first, is Catherine Houston. She was the fastest swimmer in terms of seed time of any of the swimmers in this field. But she's getting some heavy competition from lane 6, which is Andrea Rice. And just by a slim margin, it will be Houston taking first over Rice. And in third place from lane number 4 is Colleen Olson. So that does it for our preliminaries. Because there is no diving, many of you fans know there would usually be diving at this point. Well, since the diving prelims are tomorrow, we're going to take about a 15-minute break here. Before we get off here, we'll give you the official results so far. We hope to have the 50-yard freestyle one momentarily, but let's run through here before we take our break our events so far. Event number 1 was the women's 200-yard medley relay. Your preliminary 8 teams qualified for the finals and 8 more qualified for the consolation finals. Your top 8 teams in the 200-yard medley relay: Broomfield with a time of 1:49.88, followed by Evergreen. Cheyenne Mountain was in 3rd. Thompson Valley was 4th. Montrose in 5th. Pueblo South 6th. Air Academy 7th. And Discovery Canyon was 8th. Your 8 consolation teams: D'Evelyn finished 9th. Silver Creek 10th. Durango 11th. La Junta 12th. Estes Park 13th. Glenwood Springs 14th. Wheat Ridge 15th. And Pueblo County 16th. Event number 2 in the women's 200-yard freestyle. Your winner in the preliminaries was Lexi Mallas-Druids, a junior from Evergreen. Your defending state champion was the fastest time of 1:52.55. Erin Eddy of Thompson Valley was 2nd. Nicole Havlicek, also of Thompson Valley, was 3rd. Emily Bauer of Cheyenne Mountain was 4th. Ellie Falk of Thompson Valley was 5th. Jennifer Bells of Mullen was 6th. Cameron Holland of Evergreen was in 7th, and Casey Richards of Mountain View was in 8th. Your 8 consolation finalists: Kelsey Odinger of Discovery Canyon was 9th. Leah Roberson of La Junta was 10th. Molly Loneman of D'Evelyn was 11th. Elena Gossett of Broomfield was 12th. Abby Young of Broomfield was 13th. And Anissa Mata, also of Broomfield, was in 14th. Brittany Whittam of Mountain View was 15th. And Katya Armbrecht of Durango was in 16th. Now your finalists in the women's 200-yard IM: Lindsay Marr of Evergreen finished first with a time of 2:07.76. Allie Jacobs of Coronado was second. Jolene Norton, Pueblo County, was third. Josie Pearson of Evergreen was fourth. Catalina Lofasa Duncan of Broomfield won her heat but got the 5th fastest time. Jessie Modlich, who Duncan beat in that heat from Thompson Valley, finished 6th. Anna McDonald of Evergreen was 7th, and Alden Lovas from Cheyenne Mountain was 8th. Your consolation finalists in the 200-yard IM: Morgan Weiss of Cheyenne Mountain finished 9th. Mattia Wabaki of Thompson Valley was 10th. Kristen Walker of Air Academy 11th. Catherine Roach of Cheyenne Mountain 12th. Logan Morris Montrose placed 13th. And 14th was Kendall Bundy of Denver South. 15th, Kylie Rembert of Silver Creek. And Katie Olson of D'Evelyn in 16th. And again, we're waiting on the official results from the 50-yard freestyle. And I think what we will do is step aside for a few moments. And before we get started with our 6th event of the day, we will recap the 50-yard freestyle winners. So again, we're going to take about a 10-minute break. We'll be back on in just a little bit. You're watching coverage of the CHSAA 4A State Swimming Preliminaries live here from Thornton on CHSAA.tv. And welcome back inside the Veterans Memorial Aquatic Center here in Thornton, Colorado. This is live coverage of the CHSAA 4A State Swimming Preliminaries on CHSAA.tv. Ryan Kaufman here with you. We're ready for our sixth event of the evening, which will be the 100-yard butterfly. Before we get to the 100-yard butterfly, as promised before the break, I said I would give you the 8 finalists from the 50-yard freestyle, and here they are. Mary Size of Pueblo South, fastest time, 24.51. Heather Shaver of Broomfield was second. Catherine Hewson of Estes Park third. Andrea Rice of Air Academy fourth. Colleen Olson of D'Evelyn fifth. Christine Herford Montrose sixth. Alana Erickson of Fountain Valley was seventh. And Marina Fonseca of Thompson Valley was eighth. Your 8 consolation round finalists. Bailey Smith of Evergreen finished 9th. Marjorie Driscoll of Niwot was 10th. Olivia Gatch of Cheyenne Mountain was 11th. And 12th was Amy Brody of Moffett County. And tie for 13th was Sydney Buckley of Cheyenne Mountain and Kylie Kimball of Cheyenne Mountain. So same school, same place, 13th in the 50-yard freestyle. Kylie Pillard of Niwot was 15th. And Katrina Kronig of Durango was 16th. Your alternates, Kendall Wingfield of Broomfield and Zoe Jordan of Niwot. So now you're completely caught up with the official results from the first little less than half of our broadcast here. Four events down and 7 more to go here this evening. Again, up next will be the 100-yard butterfly. And here's the field for the first heat. In lane number 8 will be Allison Folk of Montrose. Kellen Olson of Pueblo County. We saw her a little bit earlier. She's in lane 7. Ashley Dickerson, another familiar name, in lane 6 from Air Academy. Lauren Misekamp of Thompson Valley is in lane 5. Jennifer Schokenreifer from Pueblo East in lane 4. Riley Bruin of Summit in lane 3. And Samantha Greenberg of Cheyenne Mountain is in lane 2.
This is heat 1, 100 butterfly.
And here we go in the 100-yard butterfly, our first of 4 heats in this preliminary round. Out to the early lead here in lane number 6 is Ashley Dickerson, a sophomore from Air Academy. And now she's being overtaken by the 2 swimmers to her right. Now in first place in lane number 8 is Allison Folk of Montrose. Again, one more trip down and back, and it's still Folk of Montrose holding strong in first place. In second right now is Kellen Olson of Pueblo County. Last 25 yards of this race. Folk on the top part of your screen. Olson right below her. Also coming on strong is Ashley Dickerson here at the end. Dickerson pulling just about even. It's going to be a tight finish. And in lane number 7, Kellen Olson makes a late push and just beats out Ashley Dickerson and Allison Folk. Great effort by Kellen Olson. Now we move to heat number 2. In lane number 9 is Kayla Knock of Air Academy. Lane 8 is Katie Walker of Valor Christian. Alyssa Idem in lane 7 from Thompson Valley. Her teammate Kelly Sheldon is in lane 6. Pueblo West's Haley Bertoldo is in lane 5. Josie Pearson of Evergreen in lane 4. Hannah Grumley of Glenwood Springs is in lane 3. And Kaylee McComas, a senior from Thompson Valley, is in lane number 2.
This is heat 2, 100 butterfly.
And we are underway in our second of 4 heats in the 100-yard butterfly. Got a couple of freshmen in this field, Pearson in lane 4 and Walker in lane number 8. The only senior in the field is McComas in lane number 2. Right now with a slight lead in lane number 5 is Haley Bartoldo of Pueblo West. In second place in lane number 4 is Josie Pearson, and it appears in third place in lane number 7 is Alyssa Idem of Thompson Valley. Again, the last trip down here. It is Bertoldo with the solid lead, but making a push late. In lane number 4 is Josie Pearson, but it will be Bertoldo first, followed by Pearson in a tight race for third, and it will be in lane 7, Alyssa Idem, just beating out her teammate, Kelly Sheldon, in lane number 6. So again, Bertoldo 1, Pearson 2, and Idem in third place. Now we move to the third heat of the 100-yard butterfly, going top to bottom from the pool. In lane number 9 is Bailey Smith of Evergreen. Katie Olson of D'Evelyn is in lane 8. Erin Leonard of Moffett County is in lane 7. In lane 6 is Elizabeth Peterson of Broomfield, a freshman. Andrea Rice of Air Academy is in lane 5. Pueblo South's own Erica Norton is in lane 4. Sydney Denny of Air Academy in lane 3. And Taylor Herney is in lane number 2. She is from Denver South. And with a good long jump into the pool was Erin Leonard of Moffett County. We'll see if she's able to hold a lead after a good start. She's right there with the rest of the leaders. There are 4 swimmers right there in the middle of the pool. There's also a swimmer in lane number 8, and Katie Olson, that's gotten herself up there. See if they start to separate themselves here in the last 50 yards. With a slight lead in first place in lane 5 is Andrea Rice. However, Elizabeth Peterson is right next to her, as well as Erica Norton. So it looks like it will be lanes 4, 5, and 6, which we will get our first, second, and third placers from. Again, here's Rice trying to close out this race, and she will do so. Now the race for second. Will it be Peterson? Will it be Norton? And it will be Norton, Erica Norton of Pueblo South, finishing second, and Elizabeth Peterson of Broomfield finishing third. Now our fourth and final heat in the 100-yard butterfly. In lane number 9 will be Inez Moore of D'Evelyn. Lane 8 will have Morgan Ferris of Skyline. Claire Collier of Aspen is in lane 7. Allie Jacobs of Coronado is in lane 6. Your fastest seed time is owned by Sydney Buckley of Cheyenne Mountain. Her time 57.95 puts her in lane 5. Christine Herford of Montrose in lane 4. Zoe Gossett of Broomfield in lane 3. And Victoria Jepson of Niwot is in lane 2.
This is heat 4, 100 butterfly.
And into the pool they go in our fourth and final heat of the 100-yard butterfly.
7, the 100 freestyle. Please check in with the clerk of course.
After the first 25 yards, really tough to see who is your leader. It looks like in lane 7, Claire Collier has a slim lead over the rest of the field, but coming on strong here for the last 50 yards is Allie Jacobs of Coronado in lane number 6. Now your leaders are 4 wide. In lane number 5, you have Sydney Buckley and Christine Herfords in lane number 4. All 4 of those swimmers right now in the last 25 yards, vying for the win here in this fourth heat. The lead right now in lane number 6 is Allie Jacobs. She's being pushed hard. In lane 4, Christine Herford giving her a run, and it will be Herford with a late push. Finishing first, and second was Buckley, and in third will be Jacobs. That was a tremendous last 25 yards. But again, Christina Herford of Montrose wins this fourth heat in the 100-yard butterfly. So now we move on to our 7th of 11 events here this evening, the women's 100-yard freestyle. This first heat will only consist of 4 swimmers, and then the next 3 will be a full field of 8 swimmers. Your field in this smaller heat in lane number 7 is Stephanie Gutierrez from Discovery Canyon. Kylie Pillard of Niwot is in lane 6. Bailey Wilson of Eaton, lane 5. And Elise Cranny of Niwot in lane 4. So you have Cranny and Pillard, a couple of Niwot teammates in lane 6 and 4 competing against each other in the first heat in the 100-yard freestyle. Well, we have a moment. Want to let you know that we will be back here bright and early, 9 a.m. Mountain Time for the diving preliminary round. And then coming up at 2 o'clock on Saturday will be the finals of both the swimming and diving events. So a full day of swimming and diving for you here on CHSAA.tv starting tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time.
This is a reminder to all spectators, there can be no flash photography on the starts. And if anyone is aware that there is another swim meet going on up in Fort Collins, the 5A girls swimming is taking place at Epic. Missy Franklin, our Olympic hopeful, competed in the 200 freestyle, and her preliminary time of 1:43.98 set a new national record.
And that cheer you're hearing, as many of you may know, Missy Franklin is competing in the 5A. I believe she's out of Regis Jesuit. She is going to be a part, or hopefully going to be a part of the U.S. Olympic team that's going to London. And they just reported her first time set a national record in the event. I believe it might have been the 200 that they said that Missy Franklin set the national record. But at any rate, if you want to see Missy swim, you can see her here on CHSAA.tv. We have coverage of the 5A as well from Epic up in Fort Collins. These fans having to be reminded multiple times about being quiet at the starts.
This is heat 1, 100 freestyle.
So into the pool they go for the first of 4 heats in the 100-yard freestyle. Again, just 4 swimmers in this smaller heat. Your early leader right now in lane number 6 is Kylie Pillard of Niwot. And it's still Pillard holding right now a lead. We'll see if she can go wire to wire. The 3 other swimmers are right there with her. In fact, swimmers 2nd through 4th, you really can't even see, but now starting to come up a little bit in lane number 7 is Gutierrez from Discovery Canyon. So it'll be Pillard on the near side, Gutierrez on the far side. Coming down to the end, and it looks like it will be Gutierrez with a late push. Kylie Pillard led that race for 98 yards, and then Gutierrez made a late push to beat out Pillard. So congratulations to Stephanie Gutierrez out of Discovery Canyon. So now we have a full 8 lanes being taken up in the 2nd heat. In lane number 9 will be Mary Whitney of Wheat Ridge. In lane 8, Hannah Hebard of Golden. Lane 7, Marjorie Driscoll of Niwot. Alana Erickson, who swam in the 50-yard freestyle, is back in the 100. Also Amy Brody of Moffat County in lane 5. Molly Launeman in lane 4 from D'Evelyn. Olivia Gatch of Cheyenne Mountain in lane 3. And Katya Ambrecht from Durango in lane number 2. So here we go in our 2nd of 4 heats in the 100-yard freestyle. Out to a nice start in lane number 2 is Katya Ambrecht from Durango. This looks like a much more evenly matched field as we go through to the last 50 yards. Looks like right now you have a trio of swimmers at the top. In lane number 6, you have Alana Erickson of Fountain Valley. Lane 5 is Amy Brody of Moffat County. And lane 2 is Katya Ambrecht of Durango. Those are your top 3 swimmers as of right now. Coming down to the end here, it's Erickson in lane 6, Brody in lane 5. Here comes Erickson, and at the last moment, it will be Amy Brody just beating out Alana Erickson. Almost a carbon copy of our first heat where you had somebody who was pretty much wire to wire, and then the other swimmer got a late jump and was able to win it. So Brody takes first, Erickson was second, and in third was Katya Ambrecht of Durango. Here in our 3rd of 4 heats, lane number 9 will have Kelsey Andrew of Valley, Christina Kenigsberg in lane 8 from Greeley Central, Kylie Rembert of Silver Creek in lane 7, Marina Fonseca of Thompson Valley lane 6, Colleen Olson of D'Evelyn lane 5, Amanda Sedim of Silver Creek in lane 4, Sarah Ninenaber from Thompson Valley lane 3, Zoe Jordan of Niwot is in lane number 2. This is our 3rd of 4 heats in the preliminary round of the 100-yard butterfly. And here momentarily we will give you the official results from the 100-yard butterfly. Right now in lane number 5, your leader is Colleen Olson of D'Evelyn. Out to a sizable lead here. Coming up on the last 25 yards in the 100-yard freestyle. There's Olson in lane 5. Right next to her in lane 6 in second place is Marina Fonseca. But this one won't be quite as tightly contested as Olson wins it. In second place was Fonseca, but she was a full second behind second and a half actually behind your winner Olson, and finishing third in lane number 4 is Amanda Sedin. This will be our fourth heat. Lane number 9 will have Abby Cradge of Pueblo South. Lane number 8 will have Rachel Leonard of Montrose. Lane 7, Alexis Divalbis of Pueblo South. Lexi De La Cruz of Cheyenne Mountain in lane 6. Erin Eddy of Thompson Valley in lane 5. Katrina Kronig of Durango in lane 4. Catherine Hewson of Estes Park in lane 3. And Sydney King of Thompson Valley is in lane number 2. So here we go in the final heat of the 100-yard freestyle. Remember, the top 8 times get into the finals, and then the next 8 are consolation finalists, and then they'll have 2 alternates in case someone is not able to compete tomorrow. Through the first half of the race, in lane number 5, your leader is Erin Eddy of Thompson Valley, a freshman. Hot on her tail, though, in lane number 7 is Alexis Divalbis of Pueblo South. So Eddy in lane 5, Divalbis in lane number 7, coming down to the wire, and it will be Erin Eddy, followed by Alexis Divalbis. And in third place will be in lane 4, Katrina Kronig. So now we move on to the long distance swimming, the 500-yard freestyle. This will be a smaller heat with only 3 swimmers. Holly Fordick of Evergreen will be in lane 4. Heather Black of St. Mary's will be in lane 5. And Katie Creech of Air Academy is in lane 6. Here's your official results from the 100-yard butterfly. Your 8 qualifiers in finishing order. Haley Bertoldo of Pueblo West with a time of 58.01. Andrea Rice was second from Air Academy. In third place, Josie Pearson of Evergreen. Christine Herford of Montrose was fourth place. Sydney Buckley of Cheyenne Mountain was in fifth. Allie Jacobs of Coronado was sixth. Erica Norton of Pueblo South was seventh. Elizabeth Peterson was eighth from Broomfield. Your 8 consolation finalists: Alyssa Idem of Thompson Valley, Kelly Sheldon of Thompson Valley, Claire Collier of Aspen, Aaron Leonard of Moffat County, Bailey Smith of Evergreen, Katie Olson of DeEvelyn, Zoe Gossett of Broomfield, Hannah Grumley of Glenwood Springs. Your 2 alternates are Sydney Denny of Air Academy and Katie Walker of Valor Christian. So again, to recap your field for the first heat of the 500-yard freestyle, you have Holly Fordick of Evergreen in lane 4, Heather Black of St. Mary's in lane 5, and Katie Creech of Air Academy in lane number 6. So these swimmers will have teammates or managers on the other end of the pool putting numbers down to let them know how many laps they've taken. These swimmers will go down and back 10 times.
Swimming in the consolation finals, qualifying 16th from Thompson Valley, Sydney King.
And here momentarily we'll get you the results from the 100-yard freestyle. Out to the early lead here in our first heat is Holly Fordick of Evergreen, the senior, who had actually the least fastest time of any of these three swimmers, but right now has the lead. But again, just like in long distance running, it's not where you start, it's where you finish in long distance swimming. So Fordick has the lead for now, but there's still plenty of time to go.
Swimming in the championship finals of the 100 freestyle, qualifying 8th from Durango, Katie Armbrecht. Qualifying 7th.
Always a little bit extra admiration for these long distance swimmers. You always have a lot more respect for athletes who can do something that you can't. I mean, I can't swim any of these races very well, but I know I wouldn't be able to make it halfway through this 500 yards. So these are some pretty amazing athletes with what they're able to put their bodies through and the endurance that they have in these long distance races. Again, it's still Fordick with the lead, and we'll, while this first heat is going on, we'll give you the 100-yard freestyle results. Aaron Eddy of Thompson Valley was your fastest swimmer with the time of 53.01. Colleen Olson of D'Evelyn was second. Alexis Devilbis of Pueblo South was third. Marina Fonseca of Thompson Valley was fourth. Amanda Seidem of Silver Creek was fifth, and sixth was Amy Brody of Moffat County. Alana Erickson of Fountain Valley was seventh, and Katja Armbrecht of Durango was eighth. Those are your 8 championship finalists. Your 8 consolation finalists go in order: Katrina Kronig of Durango, Catherine Houston of Estes Park, Rachel Leonard of Montrose, Kylie Rembert and Olivia Gatch of Silver Creek and Cheyenne Mountain respectively, tied for 12th. And 14th was Lexi De La Cruz of Cheyenne Mountain. Molly Loneman from D'Evelyn was 15th, and Sydney King of Thompson Valley was 16th. Your 2 alternates were Kelsey Andrew of Valley and Stephanie Gutierrez of Discovery Canyon. So those are your 18 swimmers who have been either been able to qualify for one finals, either the main finals or the consolation finals, and the 2 alternates. So we turn our attention back to the 500-yard freestyle. Holly Fordick continues to hold a solid lead here. Again, these swimmers have to go down and back 10 times. So that's 20 wall touches, if you want to break it down in that fashion. So now Fordick has lost a little bit of her lead. Now your leader with 3 laps to go is Katie Creech. But Fordick's still there in second place. We'll see if she's able to get back. And now a starter gun going off. As this is the last down and back. Usually they do a buzzer for that, I thought. I didn't know they used a starter's gun. But here we go. Your leader is Katie Creech of Air Academy in lane 6. Holly Fordick, who had the lead for most of this race, is now in second place, followed by Heather Black of St. Mary's. So there's Creech finishing first, Fordick second, and in third is Heather Black. But again, it is so much more about the times than the where you finish. The winning time for this heat for Katie Creech, 5 minutes, 35.19 seconds. So now we move on to the second heat of the girls 500-yard freestyle. Your field will look like this. In lane number 2, Jennifer Campbell going from the bottom of the pool to the top from Cheyenne Mountain lane 2. Amanda Winslow of Montrose is in lane 3. Kelsey Odinger of Discovery Canyons in lane 4. Lane 5, Morgan Weiss of Cheyenne Mountain. Lane 6, Brenna Bushy of D'Evelyn. In lane 7, Casey Richards of Mountain View. In lane 8 is Nicole May of Arvada. And in lane number 9 is Coronado's Samantha Grosslight. So who will join Katie Creech of Air Academy as a winner in this second heat? We'll have 4 heats in this 500-yard freestyle. So again, your field, Campbell of Cheyenne Mountain, lane 2, Winslow of Montrose, lane 3, Odinger of Discovery Canyon in lane 4, Weiss of Cheyenne Mountain in lane 5, Bushy of D'Evelyn lane 6, Richards Mountain View lane 7, May of Arvada in lane 8, and Grosslight of Coronado in lane number 9.
Could we please have it quiet for the start? This is heat 2, 500 freestyle. Mr. Starter.
And here we go, our second of 4 heats in the 500-yard freestyle. Again, it's down and back 10 times. So we saw early on in our last heat that Holly Fordick had led for more than half of the race, but Katie Creech made her move late. So now we take a look at our leaders knowing full well they might not be there at the end of the race. In lane number 5 and lane 6, those are your 2 top swimmers right now. Morgan Weiss of Cheyenne Mountain is in lane 5. Brenna Bushy of D'Evelyn is in lane number 6. Those are your co-leaders right now, and I would dare to say that Bushy has just a slight lead over Weiss. And those 2 swimmers continue to have the advantage. In lane number 7 is Casey Richards of Mountain View. She's right there with the 2 leaders, as is Kelsey Odinger of Discovery Canyon. Our coverage of the diving preliminaries will be tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time here on CHSAA.tv. Then at 2 o'clock Mountain Time, we'll have coverage of the state swimming and diving finals, which will begin again at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. So a full day of swimming and diving for you tomorrow here on CHSAA.tv. About halfway through this 500-yard freestyle, and the two swimmers, Weiss and Bushy, in lanes 5 and 6 respectively, continue to lead the rest of the field. It's Bushy and Weiss up there in lanes 5 and 6, and then you have lanes 4 and 7 with Odinger and Richards that are solidly holding down third place as a duo. The Colorado State record, if you're interested, is 4 minutes and 51.56 seconds. I don't see anybody on this 500-yard freestyle that is even cracked 5 minutes. That is an unbelievable. Bonnie Brandon back in 2010. February 12th of 2010, on this very stage, she was able to swim that 4:51.56 for a Colorado State record. Just to give you a frame of reference, just over halfway into this race, and everyone in the field is just about a minute behind the state record, and they still have a little less than half the race to go. And now Morgan Weiss, who has pulled out to the lead here over Bushy. So it's Weiss followed by Bushy, and then right now in third place in lane number 7 is Casey Richards of Mountain View. And those 1, 2, and 3 are pretty dead set as, again, they fire the starter's gun for the last lap. Guess there's no way they can say they didn't hear that it was the last lap. So Morgan Weiss looks like she's going to win this race. Bushy is solidly in second, and in third place will be Casey Richards. So very rarely in these long distance swims do we see it come down to the absolute last moment. Not too many photo finishes in these long distance races. But Morgan Weiss of Cheyenne Mountain is your winner. She'll be followed by Brenna Bushy of D'Evelyn, and in third place was Kelsey Odinger of Discovery Canyon, as we're waiting. Last swimmer, Samantha Grosslight of Coronado, finishing out her race.
Thank you, ladies. Please clear the pool. Here are the
Now we go to our third of 4 preliminary heats in the 500-yard freestyle. In lane number 2 will be Lily Thorson of Glenwood Springs. In lane 3, Mackenzie Dwyer of Skyline, a freshman. Kelsey Gerson of Aspen, a sophomore, in lane 4. Nicole Havlicek of Thompson Valley, a senior, in lane 5. Cameron Holland is in lane 6. She's from Evergreen, a freshman. Jennifer Bells from Mullen, a sophomore, in lane 7. Kate Nightenbach, a junior from Thompson Valley's lane 8. And Hannah Brocky of Air Academy, a sophomore, is in lane number 9.
This is Heat 3, 500 freestyle.
out to the very early advantage in this marathon of a swim in lane number 7 is Jennifer Bells of Mullen. I want to remind you that CHSAA.tv is your home for all of the Winter 2012 state championships. Coming up pretty soon, I have hockey, basketball, and also wrestling. So make sure you add CHSAA TV to your favorites on your internet browser so you don't miss any of the action from any of the Winter 2012 CHSAA State Championships. Now we have a new leader in this race in lane 4. It's Kelsey Gerson of Aspen, who has overtaken Bells and the rest of the field. But Jennifer Bells is holding steady in second place. In third place, you have a couple of swimmers vying for that spot. In lane number 6, you have Cameron Holland, and lane 8 is Kate Nightenbach. Your leader right now in lane number 5 is Nicole Havlicek of Thompson Valley. Now halfway through this third heat of the 500-yard freestyle. And again, it's Havlicek continuing to just add and add to her lead. Bells is in second place. In third, in lane number 6, is Cameron Holland. So Havlicek, Bells, and Holland right now your top 3 swimmers, although don't count out in lane number 4, Kelsey Gerson, who is a leader for a little while. That is seen there in lane number 4 right there, trying to get into third place. Havlicek coming up on number 15 here. She'll have 5 more to go. Again, they touched the wall 20 times in this 500-yard freestyle. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack is slowly drifting further and further behind. Bells is still holding steady in second place, though. And then Holland right there with her. That seems to be right now the more intriguing part of this race. The 4A state record is 4:58.74. Again, none of these swimmers have been able to get under the 5 minutes, and doesn't look like we're going to here. So now the issue is who's going to post the best time of this year's squad. And there goes the gun for Havlicek to signal that she is almost finished. And now a development in lanes 6 and 7. Cameron Holland has overtaken Jennifer Bells. So your running order right now is Havlicek, Holland, and Bells. Lanes 5, 6, and 7 are in first, second, and third. And it will be Havlicek nearly lapping the last place swimmer. A dominating performance by Nicole Havlicek of Thompson Valley. And pulling away at the end for second place is Cameron Holland, followed by Jennifer Bells. That will be your top 3 finishers in our third of 4 heats. So as I mentioned, lanes 5, 6, and 7 finishing 1, 2, and 3. So now we head into our 4th and final heat of the women's 500-yard freestyle.
Here are the competitors in heat 4. Swimming in lane 2 from Windsor, Sarah Romay.
Here's your field for our 4th preliminary heat in the 500-yard freestyle. In lane number 2 is Sarah Romay of Windsor. Abby Young of Broomfield is in lane 3. Allie Falth of Thompson Valley is in lane 4. Lexi Malish-Druitt, who won her preliminary heat in a different event earlier, the junior from Evergreen, is in lane 5. Madison Evans of Windsor is in lane 6. Elena Gossett of Broomfield's in lane 7. Morgan Craig is in lane 8 of Denver South. And Mountain View's Brittany Whittam, a senior, is in lane number 9.
This is a final call for all competitors in event 9, 200 freestyle relay. All competitors, please check.
Lexi Malish-Druitt has the fastest seed time of any of these swimmers at 5:02.05, and as impressive of a swimmer as she is, it still doesn't get close to the state record. The state record's a full 10 seconds less than that. That was set just a couple of years ago. However, the 4A state record is 4:58.74. You don't expect to see the state records fall here. Not as much adrenaline pumping in the preliminaries. But tomorrow we may see somebody like Malish-Druitt in lane 5 from Evergreen maybe break a state record if she can get into the finals here, which she's looking good right now. She is your leader in lane number 5. Right behind her in lane 6 is Madison Evans of Windsor. And in third place, lane number 4 is Allie Falth of Thompson Valley. Again, this is our last heat of the 500-yard freestyle. Then we'll get back into the relays with the 200-yard freestyle. Then we'll get back to the 100-yard backstroke, and then finally the 100-yard breaststroke, and then the 400-yard freestyle relay. So 2 relays and 2 individual events coming up after this final heat in the 500-yard freestyle to end our day here in Thornton. Glad you have stayed with us for the duration, those of you that have. Those of you who are just joining us, this is the 4th and final heat of our 7th event of the evening, the 500 freestyle. I am Ryan Kaufman with you here on CHSAA.tv, bringing you complete live coverage both today and tomorrow of the 2012 CHSAA 4A State Swimming and Diving Championships. Midway through this final heat in the 500-yard. In lane number 5 right now is Lexi Malish-Druitt, and she is solidly in first place. In second place right now, right next to her in lane 6 is Madison Evans. Allie Falth of Thompson Valley is in lane number 4. She is in third place. Good crowd on hand here. Obviously a gorgeous facility as you can see here in Thornton, but this place is pretty much packed to the rafters with swimming and diving fans. Well, today just swim fans, but tomorrow there will be both swimming and diving fans It's going to be an electric atmosphere tomorrow. 2 o'clock Mountain Time will be the start of the swimming and diving finals. But if you'd like to catch the diving prelims, they will happen tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, also here on CHSAA.tv. Malice Druids, every lap she's getting further and further ahead of the rest of the pack. A very impressive performance, not unlike Havlicek, who we had in the last heat. And right now in second place in lane number 6 is Madison Evans. And in lane number 4 is Allie Foth. The top 3 hasn't changed pretty much the entire duration of this race. The last lap here, it will be Lexi Malice Druids from Evergreen winning this heat by a substantial margin. In second place, well, we'll see who's in second place. Foth is in lane 4, Evans in lane 6. It's going to be close as Allie Foth right here with this slim lead. Can she close out Evans? And at the end, she does. So Allie Foth of Thompson Valley gets second. Evans of Windsor gets third in our final heat of the 500-yard freestyle. Still have a couple more swimmers in the pool. Abby Young of Broomfield finishing out her race, followed by Sarah Romey of Windsor in lane number 2. So as mentioned, we get back into the relays here. This will be the 200-yard freestyle relay. Your field will look like this. In lane number 2 will be Longmont. Fountain Valley will be in lane number 3. Estes Park in lane 4. Mullen is in lane 5. Skyline in lane 6. Wheat Ridge in lane number 7. And Golden in lane number 8. So here we go in the first heat of the 200-yard freestyle relay. Your field once again, Longmont is in lane 2. Fountain Valley is in lane 3. Estes Park lane 4. Mullen lane 5. Skyline is in lane 6. Lane 7 has Wheat Ridge in it. And lane 8 is Golden. As they hand off to the second leg of this race. In lane number 2 is Longmont. Those are your leaders so far. In second place right now in lane 3 is Fountain Valley. So Longmont continuing to lead here as we're getting ready for the third leg, and it will be Longmont in the pool first and then just a bunch of people after that. So Longmont with a solid lead here, the third leg of the race. Fountain Valley, though, right there with Longmont. In fact, Fountain Valley might have a slight edge here in lane number 3 as they hand it off to their anchors. And it is Fountain Valley right now leading in lane number 3. Lane number 5 has Mullen in it, and lane 2 is Longmont. Those are your 3 top teams here so far heading into the last little bit. There's Mullen in lane 5, Fountain Valley in lane number 2. Who will it be? It'll be Fountain Valley finishing first in the 200-yard freestyle relay, followed by Mullen in lane 5. And surprising, Golden in lane 8 finishes third. Longmont was the leader for half of that race, and then they're overtaken by Fountain Valley, then Mullen, and then finally Golden. So Longmont disappointing end to their relay, but Fountain Valley will win as we get into the second of 4 preliminary heats. Gunnison will be in lane 2. Glenwood Springs in lane number 3. Evergreen is in lane 4. Thompson Valley is in lane number 5. Montrose is in lane 6. Moffett in lane 7. Pueblo West is in lane 8. And Valor Christian is in lane number 9. And here we go, our second of 4 heats in the 200-yard freestyle relay preliminary round. Real quickly, your field again. Gunnison is in lane 2. Glenwood Springs, lane 3. Evergreen is in lane 4. Thompson Valley, lane 5. Montrose, lane 6. Moffett County, lane 7. Pueblo West, lane 8. And Valor Christian is in lane number 9. And it appears out to a slim lead early is Thompson Valley in lane 5. Or no, just looking up at the times, Evergreen is 6/100ths of a second ahead of Thompson Valley. Here we go into the third leg of the relay, and right now in lane 5, it is Thompson Valley. Even if they were 2/100ths of a second, they made up that time and then some. But right next to them in lane number 6 is Montrose. So Thompson Valley 1, Montrose 2. In third place in lane 4 is Evergreen. So the 3 swimmers in the middle of the screen are your top 3 swimmers right now. And here in the last little bit, it will be Thompson Valley, followed by Montrose and then Evergreen. So congratulations to Thompson Valley and Fountain Valley for winning the first 2 heats. Now we're on to heat number 3 of 4 in the 200-yard freestyle relay. Your field will look like this. Mountain View in lane number 2. La Junta is in lane 3. Pueblo South in lane 4. Cheyenne Mountain is in lane number 5. Niwot is in lane 6. Discovery Canyon lane 7. Greeley Central lane 8. And finally Eaton is in lane number 9. I've just been handed the official results from the 500-yard freestyle. No surprise here, Lexi Mallis Druids from Evergreen finishes with the prelims time of 5:02.62. And second was Nicole Havlicek. She also had a big win in her heat. She finished second. Morgan Weiss of Cheyenne Mountain was third. Cameron Holland of Evergreen, it was fourth. Brenna Bushy of D'Evelyn was fifth. Allie Falk of Thompson Valley was sixth. Madison Evans of Windsor was seventh. Jennifer Bells of Mullen was eighth. Those are your final championship finals qualifiers in the 500-yard freestyle. Now your consolation finalists in order: Casey Richards of Mountain View, Kelsey Gerson of Aspen, Kelsey Ottinger of Discovery Canyon, Elena Gossett of Broomfield, Morgan Craig of Denver South, Nicole May of Arvada, Kate Nightenbach of Thompson Valley, and Brittany Witham of Mountain View. Your two alternates are Mackenzie Dwyer and Amanda Winslow. Those are your official results from the 500-yard free. Right now, your early leader in lane number 5 is Cheyenne Mountain. In lane 6 is Niwot. Lane 7, Discovery Canyon. Those are your top 3 teams right now, and that's how they go into the pool. In 4th place right now in lane number 2 is Mountain View. So now into the anchor legs of this. Just looking up at the times, the 4A state record is 139.04. As it doesn't look like we're going to have a state record here, but we're going to have a close finish. Looks like it'll be Cheyenne Mountain 1, Niwot 2, Discovery Canyon 3. And that is the way they finished. That was really tight between Niwot and Discovery Canyon. But it is Niwot pulling it out. Now we head into our 4th and final preliminary of the 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane number 2 will be Silver Creek, Durango in lane 3. Air Academy is in lane number 4. 5 is Broomfield. Lane 6 is D'Evelyn. Lane 7, Coronado. Lane 8, Pueblo County. And lane number 9 will have Salida in it.
In lane 6, the team from D'Evelyn. In lane 5, the team from Broomfield. In lane 4, the team from Air Academy. In lane 3, the team from Durango. And in lane 2, the team from Silver Creek. Quiet for the start, please. Quiet, please. This is heat 4, 200 freestyle relay.
And into the pool they go in our 4th heat of the 200-yard freestyle relay. Your field, Silver Creek in lane 2. Durango is in lane 3. Air Academy in lane 4. Broomfield is in lane 5. D'Evelyn in lane 6. Coronado in lane number 7. Pueblo County is in lane 8. And Salida is in lane number 9. Your early leader here headed into the 2nd leg of the relay in lane 6 is D'Evelyn. Followed closely in 2nd by Broomfield. Appears that both Air Academy and Coronado right there with each other for 3rd place. And here on the 2nd leg, it's been Broomfield that is caught up to D'Evelyn, and both of their 3rd swimmers are into the pool almost simultaneously. Again, Broomfield in lane number 5, D'Evelyn in lane 6. Those are your top 2 teams right now in the final heat of the 200-yard freestyle relay. Now headed to Anchorage, Broomfield by just a smidgen over D'Evelyn. 3rd into the pool in lane number 4 is Air Academy. So Broomfield, D'Evelyn, and Air Academy, your top 3 teams right now. Broomfield trying to hang on to their lead. D'Evelyn trying to close in and steal a win here, and it doesn't look like they'll be able to. So Broomfield will finish 1, D'Evelyn 2nd, and Air Academy just barely beats out Coronado for 3rd. So that does it for the 200-yard freestyle relay. We now get back into the individual events. This will be event number 9 of 11 here this evening. The women's 100-yard backstroke, your Colorado State record, held by none other than Missy Franklin, who set it last year with 52.3. Again, if you'd like to see Missy Franklin, our Olympic hopeful from here in Colorado, you can check out the 5A coverage here on CHSAA TV. The 4A state record in the 100-yard backstroke is 56.54, by the way, set in 2009. And event number 10, the women's 100-yard backstroke. Here's the way our first heat will look. In lane 2 will be Kira Kalakewicz from Glenwood Springs. Lane 3 will have McKenna Lundwall of Air Academy. Emily Franklin of Estes Park is in lane 4. Lane 5 will have Laura Stadler of Mullen. Lane 6 has Morgan Ferris in it. She is from Skyline. Haley Codgay George, as I'm running into tougher and tougher names from Durango, is in lane 7. Aaron Weed from D'Evelyn in lane 8, and Leah Burnett in lane 9 is from Silver Creek. This will be another larger, or more swimmers in this heat. Or in this event, there'll be 5 heats in the 100-yard backstroke. So here we go in our first heat of the 100-yard backstroke. Here's right now your leader is in lane number 8, Aaron Weed of D'Evelyn appears to be your leader right now. In second place, in lane number 5, is Laura Stadler from Mullen. The last few yards here. It is Aaron Weed of D'Evelyn, but now a late push from Stadler from Mullen, and it looks like it will be Weed, but just barely. It will be Aaron Weed finishing first. Second was actually McKenna Lundwall making a late push. She finishes second. And in lane number 5, Laura Stadler finishes third. So good late push there by McKenna Lundwall to place second. This will now be the second heat of the 100-yard backstroke. We'll have Megan Turner of Valor Christian in lane 2. Lauren Haley of Greeley Central is in lane 3. Claire Stoffer of Valor Christian is in lane 4. Sydney King of Thompson Valley is in lane 5. Morgan McKean of Silver Creek is in lane 6. Abby Crage of Pueblo South is in lane 7. Ann Lunt of Air Academy is in lane 8. And Jasmine Tansky is in lane number 9. Tansky is from Colorado Academy, by the way. She will be in lane number 9. So we're getting ready for the second of 5 heats in the 100-yard backstroke. Valor Christian has 2 swimmers in this event. Our coverage tomorrow of the diving preliminaries will be starting at 9 a.m. Mountain Time here on CHSAA.tv, and then later that day at 2 o'clock Mountain Time, the state swimming and diving finals will take place. All of it live here on CHSAA.tv. So here we go in the second of 5 heats. Again, there will be 5 heats in the 100-yard backstroke. We'll get to the official results from the 200 freestyle relay here momentarily. Right now, your leader in lane number 5 is Sydney King of Thompson Valley. In second place in lane number 6 is Morgan McKean of Silver Creek. Those are your top 2 swimmers right now. Come up here towards the end, a strong push being made on the outside by Jasmine Tansky. It looks like it will be Sydney King first, and who will finish second? 3 swimmers right there for second. It will be given to Megan Turner of Valor Christian, and finishing third in lane number 6 will be Morgan McKean.
Here are the competitors in Heat 3. Swimming in lane 2 from Montrose, Mara Gabriel. In lane 3 from Pueblo South, Erica Norton. In lane 4 from Pueblo West,
here are the results from the 200-yard freestyle relay. Your 8 championship finals teams in order. Broomfield with a time of 1:40.18. Then it's Thompson Valley, D'Evelyn, Cheyenne Mountain, Montrose, Niwot, Discovery Canyon, and Evergreen. Your 8 consolation finalists in order: Air Academy, Coronado, Moffett County, Mountain View, Greeley Central, Fountain Valley, Mullen and La Junta, Glenwood Springs, and Pueblo County will be your alternates. Now here we go in the third heat of the 100-yard backstroke. Your field will be Mara Gabriel of Montrose in lane number 2. Erica Norton of Pueblo South is in lane 3. Haley Bertoldo of Pueblo West is in lane 4. Lindsay Morrow of Evergreen, a freshman, is lane 5. Kelsey Gerson of Aspen is lane 6. Claire Collier of Aspen is in lane 7. Brenna Bushy of D'Evelyn's in lane 8. And Rachel Leonard of Montrose is in lane number 9. Your leader right now in lane number 5 is Lindsay Morrow of Evergreen, the freshman here. Does have the advantage, and it looks like she's going to win this one fairly easily. Now we look just edging into second place in lane 4 is Haley Bertoldo, and Finishing third in lane number 6 is Kelsey Gerson. So Mauro Bertoldo and Gerson are 1, 2, and 3 and are third of 5 heats in the 100-yard backstroke.
Swimming in lane 2 from Evergreen, Anna McDonald. In lane 3 from
Here's the field for our fourth of 5 heats in the 100-yard backstroke. Lane 2 will have Anna McDonald of Evergreen. Lane 3, Elizabeth Peterson of Broomfield. Emma Rhines of Estes Park will be in lane 4. Mary Size of Pueblo South will be in lane 5. Kelly Sheldon of Thompson Valley in lane 6. Anissa Mata from Broomfield in lane 7. Amanda Seidem from Silver Creek is in lane 8. And Mackenzie Dwyer of Skyline is in lane number 9.
This is a first call for event 11, 100 breaststroke. Competitors, please check in with the clerk of course.
Our second to last heat in the 100-yard backstroke, and your leader right now after the first touch of the wall is in lane 5. That is Mary Size of Pueblo South, who already has a win here earlier today. In second place, but just barely in lane 4 is Emma Rhines. Elizabeth Peterson of Broomfield is right by her as well. Those are your top 3 swimmers as of right now. Again, here's Size. Looks like she's going to get the easy victory. Now, will it be Peterson or will it be Rhines here coming down for second place? And man, oh man, I think it was Peterson. And it was Elizabeth Peterson just beating out Emma Rhines for second place. So now we move on to our final heat of the 100-yard backstroke. Morgan Craig of Denver South will be in lane 2. Kendall Bundy of Denver South will be in lane 3. Emily Bauer of Cheyenne Mountain is in lane 4. Catalina Lofasa Duncan of Broomfield is in lane 5. Madison Evans of Windsor is in lane 6. Jessie Modlich from Thompson Valley is in lane 7. Emily Hand of Discovery Canyons in lane 8. Brooke Niffen of Durango is in lane number 9. Only Duncan and Evans have cracked the minute mark in their seed time.
This is a final call for all competitors in event 11, the 100 breaststroke.
Halfway through this race in lane number 5, Catalina Lofasa Duncan, the senior from Broomfield, has a slight edge. In lane number 7, right with her is Jessie Modlich from Thompson Valley. I feel like I'm repeating myself. Those two were competing a few events ago for the top 2 spots. And now at the very end here, it will be in lane number 7, Jessie Modlich. So a good late push by her, and she gets under the minute mark, as do 2 other swimmers. So Modlich finishes 1. In second place was Catalina Lofasa Duncan, and in third is Emily Bauer. So our second to last event of the evening, the 100-yard breaststroke, now up. Your field for the first heat will be a smaller one, 4 swimmers as opposed to 8. Hannah Shadow or Scatto of Colorado Academy is in lane 4. Oya Martin of Silver Creek's in lane 5. Christina Kimball of Cheyenne Mountain is in lane 6. And Kendall Wingfield of Broomfield is in lane number 7. State record 102.47 set by Kelly Nays in 2010. The 4A state record is a couple seconds slower than that, 104.28 set by Ellie Freeman back in 2007. Heather Shaver of Broomfield, the fastest seed time of 106.69. So she's still a couple seconds off of the 4A state record. But we'll see how she swims in this. This will be the first heat, which Shaver is not in. It will be Hannah Shadow again of Colorado Academy in lane 4. Oya Martin of Silver Creek in lane 5. Christina Kimball of Cheyenne Mountain in lane 6. And Kendall Wingfield of Broomfield is in lane number 7. Right now in lane number 5, your leader is Oya Martin of Silver Creek. In second place appears to be Kendall Wingfield of Broomfield. The last 25 yards, it's still Martin ahead of Wingfield, but only slightly. See if Oya Martin can hang on here, and it looks like she will with a late push. She separates himself from Wingfield, and finishing third will be Christina Kimball of Cheyenne Mountain. Now we're back to a full field of 8 swimmers in our second of 4 heats in the 100-yard breaststroke. Lane number 2 will be Hannah Chapman of Durango. Kendra Lamb of Wheat Ridge will be in lane 3. Alden Lovas of Cheyenne Mountain is in lane 4. Logan Morris of Montrose is in lane 5. Leah Roberson of La Junta is in lane 6. Kayla Knock of Air Academy is in lane 7. Brooke Gaber of Montrose is in lane 8. And Lauren Schreiner of Eaton is in lane number 9. And off they go for our second of 4 heats in the 100-yard breaststroke. Oya Martin won our first heat, and out to the early lead in the second heat, it looks like Logan Morris of Montrose in lane number 5. And that continues to be the pace here headed into the second half of this race. Right now, lane 5, Logan Morris is your leader. In second place appears to be Hannah Chapman of Durango, and in third in lane 6 is Leah Roberson. Oh, good late push by Logan Morris. Going to blow away the field here in our second heat. second place will be given to Kendra Lamb of Wheat Ridge, and in third is Leah Roberson of La Junta. Now we go into heat 3 of 4 in the 100-yard breaststroke. Your field will look like this. Lauren Proctor of La Junta in lane number 2. Kendall Crawford of Kent Denver is in lane 3. Alexis Divelbis of Pueblo South is in lane 4. Kristen Walker of Air Academy, lane 5. In lane 6 is Jolene Norton of Pueblo County. Allison Folk of Montrose in lane 7. Her teammate, Alyssa Aragon, is in lane 8. And Georgia Sinclair of Manitou Springs is in lane number 9. First Manitou Springs swimmer that we have seen here today, and will be the only Manitou Springs swimmer in this field.
This is a first call for all competitors in event 12.
This is our second to last heat of the second to last event. We will have one more event after this. It will be the 400-yard freestyle relay with 4 heats of that. Your leader in lane 5 is Kristen Walker of Air Academy, the senior. As the lead, then the 2 swimmers on either side of her, Alexis Divelbis and Jolene Norton, are neck and neck for second and third place. And here comes Kristen Walker, going to close out the victory. Who will finish second? It appears, and it will be Alexis Divelbis of Pueblo South. And finishing third is Jolene Norton of Pueblo County. So a little bit of a Pueblo City rivalry there for second and third, but it's the Pueblo South Colt edging out the Pueblo County Hornet for second place. This will be our final and fourth heat of the 100-yard breaststroke. Your field will look like this. In lane 2, Andrea Meldrum of Gunnison. Kate Nightenbach of Thompson Valley is in lane 3. Lauren Funk of Discovery Canyon is in lane 4. Heather Shaver, your fastest seed time of 106.69 from Broomfields in lane 5. Catherine Roach of Cheyenne Mountains in lane 6. Matea Wabakey from Thompson Valley in lane 7. Chloe Buckler of Cheyenne Mountain lane 8. Casey Wells of La Junta is in lane number 9.
This is a final call for all competitors in event 12, the 400 freestyle relay.
Your leader in lane number 5 is Heather Shaver, has a slim lead over the 2 swimmers on either side of her. In lane 4 is Lauren Funk. Lane 6 is Catherine Roach. That's the way these seedings go. If it seems like we've been saying your leader in lane 5 a lot, that's true because the fastest swimmers in each heat, according to seed time, are in lane 5. They put the next 2 fastest swimmers on the outside of them and then build out from there. As winning will be Heather Shaver. In second place will be Catherine Roach, and in third is Lauren Funk. So now we head into our final event, our first heat of our final event of the evening, the 400-yard freestyle relay. Your first heat field will look like this. Colorado Academy in lane number 3. Kent Denver's in lane 4. Lane 5 is Mullen. Lane 6, Fountain Valley. Lane 7, Salida. Lane 8 will be Valley. So 7
This is heat 1, 400 freestyle relay. Quiet for the start, please.
first of 4 heats here in the 400-yard freestyle relay. State record 322.42 by Regis Jesuit, who had, you guessed it, Missy Franklin, our own Olympian, on that team. Don't think that that record is in jeopardy, but I don't think these swimmers are going for state records. They just want to get the best time possible so they can be one of the 8 finalists for tomorrow's 400 freestyle relay. Your early leaders right now on the outside is Valley. Again, these swimmers will go down and back twice in this relay. Again, Valley continues to lead here going into the second leg. Looks like slightly in second place, but only by just a little bit is Fountain Valley in lane number 6. But Valley continues to impress here. They were actually the slowest seed time, not by much, but still with the lead that they built themselves up here in lane 8. Pretty amazing stuff that they were the slowest seed time, but yet they're blowing everyone else out of the water as of right now. In second place in lane number 5 is Mullen. And then in lane number 3, it's Colorado Academy. Those are your top 3 teams as of right now. And the Valley Vikings, look at them go in lane number 8, continuing to add to their lead. And second into the pool in lane number 7 is Salida. So Salida and Valley, your top 2 teams right now. Then you have a close race between Mullen and Fountain Valley for third. Again, Valley the first one to touch the wall. Again, a little bit surprising. They were the slowest seed time of any of these schools that are in the pool with them, but yet the Vikings have been able to get a huge lead in this third leg of the race. Right now in second place is Mullen. Fountain Valley is in third. And falling off into fourth place is Salida. So Valley first one's in, then Mullen, then Fountain Valley, then Salida, then followed by Colorado Academy, then Kent Denver. Again, this is the first of 4 heats in the 400 freestyle relay. Now the rest of the field starting to gain. Actually, Fountain Valley has a slight lead over now Mullen. Valley has dropped back to third. They had almost a quarter of a pool length ahead of everyone else for most of this race, but the anchors of both Mullen and Fountain Valley have passed Valley. So now we're looking at Fountain Valley in lane number 6 and Mullen in lane 5. Who's going to close this thing out? And it appears that it will be Fountain Valley just barely over Mullen. And then Valley will finish third. Salida will be fourth, followed by Colorado Academy, and then Kent Denver. Shocking there that Valley had such a commanding lead the entire way up until the anchor leg, and then Fountain Valley and Mullen turned it on, and it was the Fountain Valley Danes able to get the win. Now it's just a matter of was their time good enough to get them into the top 8. So far it definitely is. They're the top team. But still 3 more heats to go. Your field in heat number 2 looks like this. Mountain View will be in lane number 2. Moffat County in lane 3. Niwot lane 4. D'Evelyn is in lane 5. Durango is in lane 6. Silver Creek in lane 7. Air Academy is in lane 8. And Greeley Central is in lane number 9.
Freestyle relay. Quiet for the start, please.
So here we go, underway in our second of 4 heats in the 400-yard freestyle.
Here are the results of event 10, the 100 backstroke.
Looks like D'Evelyn in lane number 5 in the green caps is your early leader. In second place in lane 4 is Niwot. 2 teams with green caps are in first and second place. So it looks like D'Evelyn will have their second swimmer in the pool first. And then it will be in lane number, well, just simultaneously almost jumping off in lane 4. It was Niwot, and in lane 7, Silver Creek. But D'Evelyn, this team came to win. They had a seed time of 3:41.43, which was a full 5 seconds faster than Durango, who is the second fastest seed time in this field. But it's Niwot right now holding steady in second. Air Academy is in lane 8. They are currently in third place. But it's all about D'Evelyn right now. But we shouldn't count our eggs before they hatch just because, or count our chickens before they hatch. We shouldn't do something with counting in chickens and eggs, because if you remember the very last heat, it was Valley that had a tremendous lead for 3/4 of the race and then gave it up late and ended up finishing third. But right now, D'Evelyn with a solid lead, and in second place is Niwot, third place Air Academy. That is your top 3 teams as of right now in our second of 4 heats in the 400-yard freestyle relay. D'Evelyn anchor was up there way before everyone else. Now everyone else starts to get up on the podium, and there goes D'Evelyn's anchor. So now Niwot coming in. It looks like they're going to be the second one in the pool. Now Air Academy has lost some ground to Durango in lane 6. So D'Evelyn, Niwot, and Durango, your top 3 teams. D'Evelyn's going to win this by a landslide. And now Niwot trying to hold off Durango and Air Academy. And they're still going to have the lead going into the last lap here. And now Durango solidly in third. Air Academy and Silver Creek trying to gain some ground. It's actually Silver Creek that's pulled into fourth place. But again, this race was D'Evelyn's from the very beginning, and they will win it easily And I think that they beat Fountain Valley's time by quite a bit. So D'Evelyn will be the top team as of right now with still 2 heats to go, and it will be Niwot and Durango finishing second and third. Got a couple of official results that we'll give you here after this third heat is underway. Pueblo County will be in lane 2. Lane 3 is Glenwood Springs. Pueblo South in lane 4. Lane 5 is Thompson Valley. Lane 6, Broomfield. Lane 7, Coronado. Lane 8 is Windsor. And lane number 9 is La Junta. Second to last heat of the final event of the evening. Again, our coverage gets started 9 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow morning, as we will bring you the diving preliminaries, and then later that afternoon, 2 o'clock Mountain Time, we will have the state swimming and diving finals here live on CHSAA TV. So as promised, we'll get you the official results. We have a couple of them here. The 100-yard backstroke, your 8 championship final qualifiers in order. Lindsey Marr wins with a time of 57.47. Then in order down, Mary Size was second of Pueblo South. Jessie Modlick of Thompson Valley was third. Catalina Lofasa Duncan from Broomfield is fourth. Haley Bertoldo of Pueblo West is fifth. Emily Bauer of Cheyenne Mountain sixth. Kelsey Gersey of Aspen seventh. And Elizabeth Peterson of Broomfield eighth. Your 8 consolation final swimmers will be Emma Rhines of Estes Park, Madison Evans of Windsor, Kendall Bundy of Denver South, Erica Norton of Pueblo South, Anna McDonald of Evergreen, Emily Hand of Discovery Canyon, Claire Collier of Aspen, and Brenna Bushy of D'Evelyn. Your 2 alternates in the women's 100-yard backstroke will be Anissa Mata and Kelly Sheldon. We'll bring you the 100-yard breaststroke results here momentarily. We shift our focus back to our third of 4 heats in the 400-yard freestyle relay. Your leaders right now neck and neck in lanes 5 and 4. Lane 5 is Thompson Valley. Lane 4 is Pueblo South. They're pulling ahead from the rest of the pack here. In lane number 6, you do have Broomfield, which holding steady for third place. And the Colts will send their swimmer into the pool. Thompson Valley will be in first, then Pueblo South, excuse me. So Thompson Valley is your leader by just a smidgen over Pueblo South. And third place solidly in lane 6 is Broomfield. Thompson Valley and Pueblo South dueling it out here in our second to last heat of the evening. Holding steady in third place is Broomfield. Headed into the anchor. Thompson Valley starting to pull a little bit ahead. They have a full body length lead over Pueblo South. And they've only added to it since going in the pool. Pueblo South's anchor, though, gaining some ground. A good turn at the wall by Thompson Valley has them once again keeping their full body length lead, and it looks to be Thompson Valley followed by Pueblo South 1 and 2 right now, and then Broomfield in third. However, in lanes 2 and 3, Pueblo County, Glenwood Springs, they're starting to make a case for third place for themselves. go in the home stretch here. Thompson Valley leading Pueblo South. And it will be Thompson Valley followed by Pueblo South. Now the race for third place. Here comes Broomfield. Glenwood Springs on the inside, and will be Broomfield finishing third. So now we've come down to our fourth and final heat of the entire day in the 400-yard freestyle relay. Valor Christian will be in lane 2. Estes Park will be in lane number 3. Montrose in lane 4. Evergreen will be in lane 5. Cheyenne Mountain is in lane 6. Discovery Canyon is in lane 7. Skyline in lane 8. And finally Golden in lane number 9. Here are the official results from the 100-yard breaststroke. Your 8 championship finalists in the 100-yard breaststroke are in order: Logan Morris of Montrose with the time of 1:04.76, followed by Kristen Walker of Air Academy, Heather Shaver of Broomfield, Catherine Roach of Cheyenne Mountain, Alexis Divelbis of Pueblo South, Lauren Funk of Discovery Canyon, Jolene Norton of Pueblo County, and Kendra Lamb of Wheat Ridge. Your 8 consolation finalists in order: Leah Roberson of La Junta, Brooke Gaber of Montrose, Chloe Buckler of Cheyenne Mountain, Mattia Wabaki of Thompson Valley, Kayla Knock of Air Academy, Alyssa Folk and Oya Martin tied. Folks from Montrose and Martin is from Silver Creek. They tied at 14. And then in 16th is Alyssa Aragon of Montrose. Your 2 alternates for the 100-yard breaststroke: Kate Nightenbach of Thompson Valley and Kendall Crawford of Kent Denver. Again, your field: Valor Christian in lane 2, Estes Park lane 3, Montrose is in lane 4, Evergreen's in lane 5, Cheyenne Mountain in lane number 6, Discovery Canyon in lane 7, Skyline in lane 8, and Golden is in lane number 9.
This is the 4th and final heat of today's preliminaries. Swimming in lane 2, the team from Valor Christian.
Again, our coverage tomorrow morning for the diving prelims will begin at 9 a.m. Mountain Time here on CHSAA.tv. Then we will, both the swimmers and the divers will come together for the state finals, which will take place starting at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. And you can see everything tomorrow here live on CHSAA.tv. Lane number 5 is where you'll find your early leaders in Evergreen. However, Cheyenne Mountain in a very close second, along with lane 7's Discovery Canyon. And in lane 4's Montrose. You want to throw them in there. And here in the second leg of the 400-yard freestyle relay, Evergreen holding steady in lane 5. They are your leaders. In second and third place is Cheyenne Mountain Cheyenne Mountain and Montrose, not necessarily in that order. Those two schools right there with each other, but it is Evergreen right now with the advantage halfway through this relay. And the longer this race goes, the more Evergreen adds to their lead. We can see Cheyenne Mountain does have the lead over Montrose for second place, but everyone's looking at the feet of Evergreen as they keep pulling away from the field. Discovery Canyon in lane 7 trying to make a claim to at least third place. So Evergreen, no surprise, with their anchor into the pool first. It will be Montrose second with a late push, followed by Cheyenne Mountain. Good job by the third swimmer for Montrose, making a late push there to get her anchor in the pool before Cheyenne Mountain. But now Cheyenne Mountain has caught up, as you can see, heading into the last 50 yards of this race. So it will be Evergreen by a wide margin. Now Cheyenne Mountain cementing their second place finish, and it will be Montrose finishing third. So that is our last event of the day as we're waiting for the other finishers here, because then again it's all about the times, not necessarily the finishes. And now all 8 swimmers are finished.
That concludes today's 4A preliminaries. Tomorrow's schedule is as follows. Pool will open for warm-up for diving at 7:30. Tickets will go on sale at 7:30. Dive prelims will begin at 9 a.m.
So that was our last event of the day. We'll hang on here in hopes of getting the 400-yard freestyle relay. We'll go back here and give you our winners. We won't go in depth on who finished where, but we'll give you the winners of the preliminary rounds in all of these events before we wrap things up here. Event number 1, the 200-yard medley relay, was won by Broomfield. Lexi Malas-Druitt from Evergreen won the 200-yard freestyle prelims. Lindsay Morrow, also of Evergreen, won the 200-yard IM preliminaries. The 50-yard freestyle prelims went to Mary Size of Pueblo South. Event number 6, Haley Bertoldo of Pueblo West won the preliminaries in the 100-yard butterfly. Event number 7, the 100-yard freestyle, went to Aaron Eddy of Thompson Valley. Event number 8, the 500-yard freestyle, Lexi Maladrew's second victory of the evening. In event number 9, the women's 200-yard freestyle relay, Broomfield taking first place in the preliminary round. The 100-yard backstroke prelims went to Lindsay Morrow. And then the 100-yard breaststroke went to Logan Morris of Montrose. So waiting to see if we will get our final stats here from the 200-yard freestyle relay. But again, to recap the day, a lot of Broomfield wins and a very good day individually for Lexi Maladrewitz. So we'll be looking forward to seeing both Broomfield and Lexi representing Evergreen tomorrow. Our schedule for tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., the diving preliminaries will begin. Then at 2 o'clock Mountain Time tomorrow afternoon, both the swimming and diving teams will come together for the 2012 CHSAA State 4A swimming and diving finals. So tonight to get plenty of rest because we got a lot of coverage for you tomorrow. As I believe we will get the official results from the last event of the night. If you want any of the official results, you can go to CHSAA.org, and that's where you can find the complete results from the preliminary swim rounds here today. There's a good crowd on hand today, and I expect an even bigger crowd tomorrow with the finals coming up tomorrow afternoon. Again, we will also have coverage of the 5A swimming and diving championships tomorrow as well. Of course, Missy Franklin, Olympic hopeful from Regis Jesuit High School, is competing in that. So you can switch back and forth if you would like tomorrow. Before we go, I want to thank my graphics producer, Trelin, and my camera person, Jacob, for a good long day of work. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, and hope you will join us tomorrow morning starting at 9 a.m. with the diving prelims, to be followed at 2 o'clock Mountain Time in the afternoon with the state swimming and diving finals. That will do it after a fantastic first day. We look forward to even better second day tomorrow. We'll crown some state champions tomorrow, so make sure you be there starting at 9 a.m. as we will cover the diving prelims here on CHSAA.tv. Good night, everybody.